Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 6 on my top 30 Southern Rock album countdown. We've been doing it all throughout the month of June. We are finishing up the last week. My top picks of my favorite Southern Rock albums of all time. The reason why we're doing this, of course, because it's summertime, and Mr. Pardo here loves his Southern Rock in the summertime. I love it all year long, actually, but I've always really enjoyed listening to some of my favorite Southern Rock albums by my favorite Southern Rock bands in the warmer months. Just something that kind of goes well there, and this particular one, another album by this band that I told you would be showing up multiple times on the countdown. This album released October 17th, 1977 for MCA Records, produced by Tom Dowd. It would be the last album in the 70s from these guys before the fateful plane crash. I'm talking about Street Survivors by Lynyrd Skynyrd. There, of course, you see the slightly revamped new lineup, which includes Steve Gaines on guitar, who, of course, we would lose in the plane crash. Kind of prophetic there. You got all the flames behind them. Who would know that just like a few short months later that would actually come to pass as being, in the news with Lynyrd Skynyrd and the plane crash and flames and this terrible stuff. We lost Ronnie Van Zant, lead vocals, Steve Gaines, guitars, lead and backing vocals, but surviving. Alan Collins on guitar, Gary Rosington on guitar, Leon Wilkeson on bass, Artemis Pyle on drums, and Billy Powell on keyboards. This album also features the Honkettes, right? The female backing vocals. We lost Cassie Gaines also, sadly, in this particular tragedy. Just a horrible day in rock and roll and Southern rock, whatever. But we have a great album here. One of their best albums, in my opinion, and just some classic songs. Steve Gaines brought so much to the table. I mean, he had a different style of playing, which I think fit really well with the other guys. He was a Stratocaster player, a very melodic player. He had a big country and bluegrass background, so he did all sorts of interesting little things on this album that were kind of new for the band, but like I said, more importantly, a really good songwriter as well. The whole what if thing. What if the plane crash had never happened? Where would Lynyrd Skynyrd have gone after this? I mean, I think they were in a position to be one of the biggest bands on the planet, and this album was kind of taking them in that direction. The original album, you got What's Your Name? Little girl, what's your name? It's a great Southern anthem, right? You got That Smell. Could be my favorite Lynyrd Skynyrd song of all time. If it's not my favorite, it's number 2 or number 3. That Smell is just good, dark, and heavy. The singing, I love the lyrics of a lot of these Lynyrd Skynyrd albums because they're very much in tune with kind of real human stuff, right? That Smell, of course, dealing with drug abuse and drug addiction, right? You've got One More Time. Great kind of moody atmospheric track. Love that one. Then you got the playful fun I Know a Little. Love the little guitar licks. I mean, these guys are just such great players. You Got That Right. Another good, fun Southern rock, hard rock anthem, right? You got I Never Dreamed. Another cool song, great melody on that. Honky Tonk, Nighttime Man. Another fun Southern rock anthem. And then Ain't No Good Life finishes it all off. Another strong track. Just lots of really good songs on this album, top to bottom. Really strong, really enjoyable. Great production on this album, as all these Skynyrd albums sound pretty good to great. And Tom Dowd did a wonderful job with them. If you get this special reissue, you got some live stuff, some B-sides and all sorts of other things. You get the Criteria Studios album, and it's just a great album. And it's just it's really sad that kind of their momentum was just kind of smashed to bits. And like I said, just a terrible day in rock and roll history, and one that should have never happened, but unfortunately it did. You can't change time, right? So we kind of lost Skynyrd for quite a while. We got the Rosington Collins band out of this, the Alan Collins band out of this, Artemis Pyle's bands, right? Eventually Skynyrd regrouped in the late 80s with Johnny Van Zant on lead vocals, and they've been going ever since, right? So really the only surviving original member is Gary Rosington, and he hasn't been overly well in recent years either. So a lot of tragedy in this band and in Southern rock in general. We talked about that on the Molly Hatchet show the other day. So many Southern rock legends and musicians, vocalists and whatnot, we've lost, way too soon in the ensuing years, since Southern rock was kind of, really big in the 70s and the early 80s. Members of the Outlaws and Molly Hatchet and Skinner and Marshall Tucker Band and Charlie Daniels Band. I mean, all these groups. I mean, have lost so many members, but a lot of great music. A lot of great music we have and will always have and always treasure. So Street Survivors from Lynyrd Skynyrd is my pick number 6 in my top 30 Southern Rock album countdown. Let us know what you think of this album as well as your pick for today. Pick day number 23, pick number 6, right? And stay tuned tomorrow for pick number 5. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content. We've also got links down there, to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, which help greatly in buying more music, new music to talk about, filling holes in collections, buying movies to talk about on Monsters Den, that sort of thing. It all goes right into kind of get more stuff to keep the engine going here. We also have the link to our merch page, all sorts of cool Sea Tranquility stuff for you to get and wear out in the world and spread the word of SOT. And thanks for watching. I'm Pete Pardo. We'll see you later on with more stuff. Till then, have a good day. Bye-bye.